What's going on? It's Jeff Newbert from ChasingStrength.com. And in today's video, we are going to answer the question, the kettlebell clean and press or the kettlebell snatch, which is better for, all right, well, let's get into it here. So let me ask you another question before we answer that question, okay? Which is better, a Ferrari Testarossa, and yeah, I know I might be showing my age there, but you know what? It was a great car for its time, or a 200 series Toyota Land Cruiser with an off-road package. Here's another question. Which is better, a smoker or a food processor? A gun or a knife? The answer, of course, is yes. Yes, each one is better than the other, depending on the situation in which you're using the implement or the tool, right? So you're not going to take a Testarossa off-roading, and you're not going to race a Lamborghini in a 200 series Land Cruiser with an off-road package in the quarter mile, okay? Just like you're not going to use a lawnmower to vacuum your living room, okay? So I think you get the drift there, okay? So I've received several emails over the last couple of days from guys worrying about missing out by only doing clean and presses based on the following comment I made in an email. And we'll put this whole comment up here on the screen so you can read it for yourself. So if you want to do everything you can to avoid that bleak future, I strongly suggest you have a deep look inside, a heart-to-heart talk with yourself, a come to Jesus moment, if you will, or whatever you need to do to get rid of that extra body fat. Yeah, but Jeff, you just laid out your strong enough standards not too long ago. Are you not saying those aren't important? No, not at all. If you notice, you have to have a high level of strength and conditioning to achieve those standards. I'm just going to interject and press the pause button here and say, if you don't know what the strong enough standards are, we will put a link in the description below for you to a video where I outline those strong enough standards. Okay. All right. Unpause, back to the matter at hand. If you notice, you have to have a high level of strength and conditioning to achieve those standards. 100 snatches with a 32 kilo in 10 minutes is nothing to sneeze at. Many people I've talked to about those standards only focus on the clean and presses and seem to forget about the snatches. Do enough snatches, any ballistics actually, and you'll get leaner. All right, so that was the comment I made. And then here was one of the questions I received about that comment in the email, okay? And maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you can't. Here, we'll put this up on the screen for you. In this email, you say, many people I've talked to about those standards only focus on the clean and presses and seem to forget about the snatches. I'm confused. Does that mean a program like the Giant isn't enough? Would I need to add some snatches in there too? All right, so just remember, for context's sake, right, the context in which I made that quote was an email in which I was talking about the importance of health and the importance of getting rid of stomach fat for your health, okay? And the point I was making was to do more ballistics, more snatches to improve your conditioning. And also that people with higher levels of conditioning, generally speaking, have less body fat, right? And that's because it takes a lot of energy to fuel all those snatches. Energy you wouldn't be normally using otherwise. Your body has to pull it from somewhere, so it may as well be stored body fat. So back to the question we started the video with. Which is better, the clean and press or the snatch? Yes, both, okay? Assuming you are A, interested in achieving the strong enough standards, and B, interested in stripping off dangerous stomach fat. So they're both great. Let me pose a few more questions and answer them for you. Can you get stronger just using the clean and press? Yes, absolutely. You can gain total body strength from just using the clean and press. Can you get leaner using just the clean and press? Yes, absolutely. I've had many guys share their results using programs like the Giant with me and telling me how lean they have gotten, shockingly so. Okay, so they just didn't expect it to happen. So yes, you can get leaner from using the clean and press. What about the snatch? Can you get stronger using just the snatch? Well, of course you can, right? I've had people do just snatch programs that I have, and they report back maintaining their pull-ups. You'd expect them to go down if you follow the said principle, right? We'll talk about that some other time. Well, and they've also reported, others have reported just following the snatch only and just doing the snatch only, that pull-up numbers have actually gone up. Same thing with their pressing strength has actually gone up, just doing only snatches. All right. So let's answer the next question you might have, because others certainly have. What about getting leaner? Okay. What about stripping off that dangerous stomach fat I just alluded to using just the snatch? Well, absolutely you can. Okay. So here's another question, right? We're filled with questions here because these are questions that I routinely get in my emails. And that means if more than one person has them, it's a better than good chance that if you're watching this video, you may have a similar or the same questions. Okay. So here's another question. Well, Jeff, how do I know which one, the snatch or the clean and jerk, is right for me? Well, that is a great question. First off, you can and should use the clean and press to build a foundation, assuming you've done enough swings for the snatch. So I would start there. Secondly, if you see your gains, right now on this channel, gains is spelled with a Z. All right, it's gains, bro. If you see your gains slow down and stall, or you need a mental break from clean and presses, switch over to snatches. Okay, in other words, let's say you're using the clean and press to get leaner and it's working, or it worked, but maybe not now as much as it did at one point. Okay, assuming you've done about a 12-week cycle of clean and presses, well, then it's probably time to make the switch to something even more explosive, like the snatch, to reignite the fat burning processes again. For example, some of my customers have alternated cycles of the Giant, a clean and press program, with the king-sized killer, which is a snatch only program, and have reported fantastic results and successes. Okay, so you may want to do something similar. And finally, if you've got some extra time in your schedule and you want to combine both the clean and the press into the same cycle, well, that's one of the reasons I built a program called Kettlebell Maximum, and that does that for you. It takes all the guesswork out. It shows you how to do both of those, and we'll actually throw in another exercise in there for you too. So hopefully this clarifies things for you. If you are confused anyway about which is better, the kettlebell clean and press or the kettlebell snatch. If you need some resources to help you get going or keep going or get going again, I'll leave a list of some of my, I guess we would call them most popular. Let's call them most popular kettlebell programs. Well, I'll leave a list of those in the description below. All right. Until next time, my friend, stay strong.